A 1-0 win is never a sin. And when the Reds draw, it's never a ball. Was it a red? There's always something that can be said. And in the FPL, there's great news to tell. The good, the bad, and the ugly at Liverpool FC podcast for game week number 15, brought to you by the LFC file. Roll the intro, Diogo. Welcome back, one and all, for the latest episode of the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly at Liverpool FC podcast, brought to you by the LFC file and myself, Ben Green. Thanks for coming along as always, and in accordance with the regular procedure, if you like the content, remember to like, subscribe, press the notification bell, all that good stuff, so you know when the next episode is going to be available. And as you can see, I've got my beard extension here, which is also doubling as a microphone. So, as usual, thanks again, as I say, for coming by. It's much appreciated. And let's get the ball rolling without further ado with the good. And the good this week is the 1-0 win over Girona in the Champions League group stage of, 36 teams or something weird. But Liverpool secured a 1-0 win against Girona in Italy, which was a very good performance, great result. And of course, it means that Liverpool have amassed 6 wins from 6 games, including the scalp of the mighty Real Madrid and the humbling of Bayer Leverkusen on the way. So, great result. Pretty sort of patchy game, to be honest. There was a Mo Salah penalty that sealed it. That was in the 63 minutes, I believe. Pretty rudimentary result, to be honest. I've got the Mirror here with Nathan Ridley as he reports. Mo Salah puts Liverpool on the brink of Champions League knockouts. 5 talking points, which of course we never bother with. But Girona 0, Liverpool 1. Mo Salah scored a second half penalty to make it 6 wins from 6 in the Champions League for Arne Slot's side, who had to suffer against their La Liga hosts. Yes, it was a hard-fought win, actually, I have to say. It wasn't an easy game. And Girona gave a good account of themselves. They did come close with a few chances. The most notable return of one Alisson Becker, 1 or 2 saves from him, was responsible for keeping the 1-0 scoreline as it was. So can't complain there. Onwards and upwards, the red juggernaut rolls on. And that brings us swiftly onto the not bad. And the not bad for me is the draw yesterday. Saturday, wasn't it? The 2-2 draw at Anfield against Fulham on Saturday. An enthralling encounter for the neutral, to coin a common phrase, but it was a very exciting game, a bit disappointing. Andy Robertson getting sent off for what I felt was a pretty clear red, to be honest. Harry Wilson was, I wouldn't say he was clear on goal, but he was the last man. And there's always this debate about the last man and the clear scoring opportunity, etc. So, as I say, we'll discuss that in a bit more detail later. But good game. And we've got the Independent here. With their headline from Richard Jolly: Liverpool failed to win, Fulham thriller, but show key trait in the title race. Liverpool 2, Fulham 2, a frantic game at Anfield saw Andy Robertson sent off early and the returning Diogo Jota snatch a late equaliser for Arne Slot's men. But that only tells half the story, and that is very true indeed, because the other half of the story is that Liverpool went behind. It was 1-0 at half time, and then Cody Gakpo equalised early on after the break, and then they fell behind again. And then that man, Diogo Jota, probably the best finisher at the club, I would say, came on late enough and spared Liverpool's blushes to rescue a point in the 87th minute. So can't complain. It's not great, but it's not that bad. Time will tell. As Richard Jolly goes on to mention that, we'll see how much how much that comes back to haunt us, if anything, at the end of the season. But 2 points dropped and one solid performance, something like that he mentions in the article. So, yeah, I think it's a good result. Could have been worse. It's a kind of game that Liverpool need to, if not win, at least get something out of, and that they done. Arne Slot was not his usual calm self. He was quite emotional. And I think he got a yellow card at one point as well, which is unlike him, very unslot-like. But yes, what can you say? We move on. We're still top, albeit by, I think it's just 5 points, but 5 points nonetheless, and a game in hand, I hasten to add. So that was game week 16 for the other teams, and 15 for Liverpool and the blue lot across the road. So there you go. And we move swiftly on to the ugly. And for the ugly, I've got this headline here from the Express. Gary Lineker weighs in on Liverpool mess with surprising Andy Robertson verdict. And James Quinlan and Amy Wilson go on to report Gary Lineker was left baffled by Andy Robertson's red card for Liverpool against Fulham. And he was even more surprised that the Reds did not make a fuss about it. Well, to be honest, I thought it was a clear red. Very clumsy challenge. I was going to say challenge and tackle. He didn't get the ball. He got Wilson unintentionally, of course, but at the end of the day, that intention doesn't seem to play much of a part in anything these days. So I think it was a red card. And Lineker was sort of talking about a clear goal scoring opportunity, which you could argue it wasn't, because it's not as if he was bearing down on an empty goal or anything, but he was definitely the last man, and he was in good space where one could argue it would have developed, or it was a goal scoring opportunity from that situation. Red card it was. Liverpool, there was some discussion, of course, with VAR. But the VAR was about the offside for the pass that led to that. In any case, I don't think Liverpool need to concern themselves arguing about all that. Just get on with the game. So I'm quite happy that Liverpool, they're not dragging these things on. The refereeing these days does leave a lot to be desired, but what can you do? It is what it is. For all intents and purposes and best intentions, it still needs some improving. Let's leave it at that. And on that note, we come on to the Fantasy Premier League update, or FC Akian Salfish, or FPL game week 16, but it's actually Liverpool's 15th game. And as you can see there, I'm on a fairly decent 49 points. I've still got 2 more scoring opportunities in who plays for Bournemouth, and Semenyo as well, who is his teammate, and they will be facing Bournemouth. They will be facing West Ham United at home tonight in the Monday night fixture. Good, fairly decent result. Not excellent, but I think it was all right. Salah's got 10. You can see Bruno Fernandes has chipped in with 9 there. He seems to be quite a decent addition, actually, to be fair to him at the moment. Gabriel got 9. I think he scored as well, didn't he? And Guardiol, scored in Man City's 2-1 late defeat to Man United. Yes, very good. Kuna with 9. He's a very good acquisition. Yes. Could have done a lot worse. I think if I get 60 points, I'll be happy with that this week, to be perfectly honest. So let's see how things shake out. Fortunately, Johnson was only a sub for Tottenham, and I think he even got a yellow card as well. So thanks for that. No points there. But anyway, could be a lot worse. And on to the league situation. We've got the Düsseldorf Super League here, and I maintain my first place. My lead is still intact. broken the 1,000-point barrier as well. So there you go. And what's that, 40 points, 50 points ahead from 963 to 1,013. My humble maths makes that 50 points. Absolutely can't complain. Am I uncatchable? I wouldn't say so. I have to be on top of my mettle there. And for the League of Kings 20146667, first place. Of course, no title, but in the lead. Let's look at it that way. So 20 points ahead of Here We Go, who has had another terrible week, but who am I to complain? And yeah, I seem to be on top of the tree there, so can't complain too much. Feeling very smug with myself, so let's see if I can maintain that. I'm feeling pretty confident. I have a formula which I'm sticking to. So watch this space. And on that note, I will bring this jolly episode to a close. I think there should be one more before Christmas. So yeah, thanks a lot for stopping by and for the continued support. As always, like, subscribe, press the notification bell so you know when the next one is around, and look out for the FPL update, which will be coming on Friday. So yes, looking forward to that. Just a quick one. So look after yourselves, look after each other, enjoy the week ahead, and I will see you in time for the next one. Peace. New LFC file.